bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Bring 'em Out with your hosts, Joel Richardson and Alan Hill.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Sunnybrook Ballroom inside Joel's office with a spiffy new brick wall.
Dude, thanks to the wild card, man.
Yeah, heads up wild card.
Yeah.
For another episode of Bring 'em Out.
Yep.
I'm Alan Hill, here with SoulJoel himself, Joel Richardson. And my man, we are fine soul today, brother.
Yeah, I don't know if we went quite from the prison wall to the brick wall, but definitely like cinder block, bringing it up.
Yeah,
bringing them out.
We're classing up the joint, man.
Yeah.
We are classing up the joint.
And dude, I didn't even think about it. Even think that something like this was available. But it's dope, man. Did you feel it? It's not plastic, dude.
I know that stuff.
Oh,
because I've been around my mom, the builder, my whole life.
I'm not.
So I know what it is, and it's great. It's a good addition, man. Like it really, like I said to you when you sent me last night, like I texted you, I said, like it doesn't look like one of us is going to lose our head at the end of the episode now.
No. And dude, God bless my mom, but my dad said that when they send it to you, they send just enough parts till you have to order more.
Jeez.
And it's a brick off.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And it's on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom goes, "Oh, it's a shame it's not on this side." I go, "Who gives a rip?" I go, it's behind the bookshelf or the couch. We're not moving either.
Totally.
Either.
Either or.
And if he didn't tell you, who cares?
Right, exactly.
We have no
man.
idea.
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
I would have never known.
But in case you're ever wondering where I get my intensity from. Because, dude, and nothing, we talk about this, nothing that my dad does is unintentional, right?
Right.
Hey, he's moving. So I come over, I ask my mom, God bless, she's been helping out here at Sunnybrook for about 8 months now.
Yeah.
And I'll never be able to thank her for everything she's done. And
She's amazing.
Amazing, right? And she's able to like come to some events and people telling her, but like she gets to answer the phone calls and talk to people face to face.
Right.
But I told her, I go, just take 2 minutes, come with me. I want to not only check this out, but have her take the picture, but also see this, right? And then she got to see it. So we walk in, and Elvis Presley's playing. Now I don't know if you know this, but that is my mom's favorite artist.
Oh, I thought it was Frank. Elvis even trumps Frank.
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah. Frankie.
Frank.
So yeah. She listens to that because of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she probably liked it, but Elvis, like she was out. Elvis is one of his last
Get
concerts.
out.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, but anytime he was in town, she always saw him. And my dad goes, "Whoa, if you want to take a picture, hold on." And he had on like his Dice like cut off sleeves.
The cut off sleeves.
Cut-off
Yeah.
shirt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, showing the tattoos off.
Great.
You know what I mean? Good to see you.
Yes.
And he goes, "Oh, we're gonna take a picture. I'm gonna put my shirt back on." And as he's putting his shirt back on, he goes, "Oh, listen to the music. Oh, it's your favorite." And I'm like, now it seems less of a coincidence.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The wild card strikes
The
again.
wild card is the man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we have another weekend with the wild card?
Another week.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
He's great. Well, it's funny because from my perspective, this all happened Saturday, right?
Yeah.
When was that?
This happened the other day.
Yeah, when was that last? I am so out of it.
Oh, you're talking about it was the Tommy Davidson night.
Tommy Davidson, which was Wednesday.
Oh. Yeah, but it feels like a weekday because it was a weekend killer.
Exactly. So I was sitting in the back row watching that show with Deanna and whoever else wandered in for minutes here or there from the staff, and your dad. I talked to him right before the show started, out in the hallway, and then I didn't see him again. And then he comes wandering in about, I guess Tommy was on, I think, by the time he came down.
Yeah.
And he sits there for about 3 minutes. He turns around and goes, "I got to go." He goes, "But check this out." And he shows me a picture of the wall. And I guess it was maybe only half done at that point or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He finished it up the next day.
Yeah. And I was like, well, shit, you think he just got lost in the hallways for a while. He's out busting out a wall.
Yeah.
The wild card is a phenom.
Well, then that's what I said. I go, "Do you want, a little sun father-son time.
Yeah, yeah.
He goes, I'm good.
There's walls to be built, son.
Yeah. This is a man's job, and you're good. You keep doing what you do. I got this.
We don't want to get any unnecessary calluses on those hands.
Yeah.
You and me both, my friend.
Yeah. You and Mr. Softy go back to the office.
Let the real man work.
Yeah. So I get it.
So awesome, man.
Yeah, so he just texted and goes, come check it out. So I knew he was done. Him and the man's work were done.
That's right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
But I mean, honestly, like just seeing this, it gives so much, like sparks so much creativity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's so like it's just
It feels better in here. Like it felt like a detention room. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it felt like where they put
Well,
school kids to crush their
the
spirits.
cinder block didn't help.
Totally, man.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. It really felt like where they send school kids to crush their spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it feels a little more alive in here. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like, oh shit, something's
Right.
happening. You know, like
Sparking it.
Yeah, man. And it looks like also you could do like you could make like internet videos with that as a backdrop because it looks like the backdrop to that one famous comedy club.
Stress Factory?
Is that the one that has the brick wall, the fake brick wall?
The payphone?
Yes. Thank you. That
Yeah.
one. Yep.
Yeah. No, for 100%. I mean, there's because comedy clubs are typically happen in the basement. Mm-hmm. The brick walls.
Brick because that's in the bay, right?
Yeah, it just happens to be like, you have that industrial look.
Totally,
just,
man.
Just let it go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, work with what you
The
got.
rustic. Yeah.
Work with what you got, baby. Yeah, man. Yep.
No, it's really cool, man. So shout out to Wildcard, shout out to my mom, my stepdad
Oh.
here. Yeah, also.
Joe,
Yeah.
the other Joe.
Yep. Always.
There's a lot
helping.
of Joes and Joels floating around the family, man.
Yeah.
And they're all cool as shit.
Yeah, well, and the one thing I want to talk about, because he was here not only for Vic DiPotato, but also Jokes and Jazz. And that event I want to talk about because
Oh, that was so cool.
it brought out a lot of people that hadn't been here since Royersford.
Yeah.
So they didn't know what it was. Whether we have a bar, we have food. And when I went on stage, it was the first time I'm trying to challenge myself to say something different every time.
Oh, that's cool. That's tough, I know.
Tough. And but besides like the energy, give me energy right back. But also I said, listen, for those that don't know, I've started in New York, okay? And I keep my eyes and ears in tuned and peeled for what's happening up there. And I want to try to bring those shows here. This show in particular is one of those. I said the curator, and that was Wally Collins' word for it. So he created this, produced it, Jokes and Jazz, like you talked about. I'm known for comedy. This venue, Sunnybrook, has been known for jazz since it was built.
It's a perfect marriage.
Yep. And so I thought, why not bring this to Sunnybrook? I said, but you guys got to give us energy because we got to keep bringing the events like this back.
Yes.
And when I introduced him, because he's used to like coming on as the headliner, but he hosts the show because it's his show.
Yep.
Next level. And he has not stopped talking about it since. He goes, dude, I'm telling everybody back in New York that doesn't already know about this place. He goes, those crowds were live. And then sit in the back, because I always tell people there's two shows going on. There's one for the comics, one for the and one for the audience.
Yep.
And you called me over. You're like, this is a jazz crowd, which I wouldn't have known until you told me that during those solos, the crowd knew when to applaud.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, oh, I think it sounds great.
Right, totally. And, dude, and nobody that hasn't been to a jazz show would know. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I learned that at jazz school.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't tell you this. Here's a good story real quick to go along with that.
Yeah.
So here's what we're talking about. The way it works when you go to a jazz show, anybody that's been to one knows, but if you don't, what it is everybody solos in jazz bands, all right? And this one had bass, drums, guitar, clarinet, and trumpet. And then the bass player would play the
Try to
tube.
help when I can.
Thank you. And the bass player would play the tube every now and then instead of the bass, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And so in jazz they play the melody, or in this case there was singing parts. The trumpet guy was also the singer. And what was his name again? What was the name of the band?
Was Drew Nugent.
Drew Nugent.
And the Midnight Society.
Boom, and they were killer.
Killer.
They were really good. So Drew would do his singing, and then somebody would solo. When that solo was done, everybody applauded. And then the next guy would solo, and then everybody would applaud, on and on and on. And that's how it works at a jazz show. Now, I learned that when I went to jazz school years ago. Because most people that show up at jazz school were in jazz band in high school. Not this guy. I took, again, the unbeaten path. And so I showed up not knowing all the things people know, just expect you to know.
Right.
So the first recital I went to, we were required to attend recitals as part of our music program. And the first one was first couple were jazz performances. So that's where I learned, okay, they applauded after the flute guy. They applauded after this guy. Okay, that's what you do. Now, the third or fourth one I go to is the first classical one I go to. All right? Now, this girl plays a part on this violin that moved me almost to tears. It has a dramatic pause. I thought it was an ending. Thought it was a time to applaud. So 500 people in the performing hall at UMass turned around and looked at me like I just dropped my pants and took a shit on the floor.
You ruined everything.
You do not applaud at classical shit until the end. So I learned that night, to my great embarrassment.
Scolding, like scolding through your
like
bad.
laser beam eyes,
beam.
like what the F, dude?
Nothing you've ever felt before.
You are the most imprudent, dick, hayseed jerk off that's ever walked into these hallowed halls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Soon forgotten, or did you get some more
Nobody really gave a shit.
Okay. There was no second takes.
But I was mortified.
Of course.
I was absolutely mortified.
One of those Homer Simpsons, you want to crawl back into the...
Totally, dude. Yes. Just let me just backward my way out of this room.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was brutal. But so that's where I learned all that stuff years and years ago. So that's when it started that night. I couldn't believe it because I was not expecting an educated jazz crowd to roll into the room that night for whatever. Maybe I should have, but I just wasn't. You know what I mean? And it was so cool to see because it started right from the first solo of the night. Most of the room was applauding right away, and anybody that hadn't been to a show was figuring it out right then, and they knew what to do from that point on. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So, but also, a couple people came up to you, and we didn't get to share.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So, because I wanted to talk about that, too. Like, more so people, and you didn't want to bother me at the time, but people really... We're digging it that normally don't come up to us.
100%. There's a guy, and I wish I remembered his name. I apologize if you see this, but what a cool dude. He was part of the group whose high school had taken a tour about a week prior or so to
About a reunion.
Yes, about a reunion. You got it. So for their 50th high school reunion, which is pretty cool. And he grabbed me over by the bar towards the end of the night, and he said, "Listen." He was the one you were talking about that said, "Listen, I didn't want to bug you during the show. I know you guys don't get a chance to sit down and relax very often." Which was very nice of him, and then he proceeded to just tell me for 5 minutes just how great everything was. Like I used to love it here. It was taken away from us at a certain point. It's back, and we are so happy. And this is the kind of event I want to see. I love it. Thank you so much for doing this. That kind of thing,
dude. And that's so cool. So as the night unfolds, and you know me, I've been open about this. Mm-hmm. I a lot of times don't watch the performers.
Right.
I watch the audience.
Yes.
Because it doesn't matter to me what I think's funny, what I think's entertaining, what I think sounds good. I want to see people coming out, and if people come out to enjoy the performance and they're laughing, they're entertained, that's more important.
Yeah.
I could book what I think's great all day.
Right.
But I can't always have one voice or one thing. I have to keep booking the masses.
Totally, man.
Variety.
If you're going to fill up a place regularly, it can't just
Day
be all
after
your
day.
personal taste. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah,
but,
right. Totally, man. Yeah, well, you got to have some fun.
This one's for me. It was Al and I in the back of the room, and that's it. But boy, did we laugh. And if anybody knows, Al and I have the best laugh, so it felt like a full room. Comics were pissed. The ratio was 3-2. 3 comedians and the 2 of us. But here we are.
Next time we'll make them be blindfolded so they think there's more people because of our laugh.
And we only have theater seating, but we're sitting at a table acting like I rented out the place.
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah.
The owner of SoulJoel's a real dick. Joel, is that his name? I thought he was black.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's so awesome.
Yeah. So we're in Gatsby's, and another thing we've always questioned about building the music scene.
Yes.
Is it too much to have music in Gatsby's while having music in the ballroom and kind of in a way competing against yourself?
That was a big question we had for sure.
Saturday, it proved to me that, and again, there's been a couple times that you and I have discussed, it didn't.
Yeah.
It felt like a whole scene. So because some people came and ate before, but some people running late, whatever, coming from work, Saturday night, they came and grabbed dinner afterwards. Mm-hmm. So they're sitting there, and 2 couples man, they are moving in their seats because the DJ that DJ's vinyl.
That's right.
So old school. He's scribbling and scratching.
Yes.
And he has a set. Dude, I
he
even
was
joked around.
Mixmaster Supreme, man.
Yeah.
He was doing good stuff.
But people were moving in their seats, like
Yeah.
really moving.
Yep.
And this one couple goes, man, I can't believe I had to come to Pottstown to hear some good music. And he was talking about both performances. The DJ and
Right.
they're originally from Brooklyn,
Wow.
live in Allentown.
Get out.
Drove all the way here.
That's cool.
And they said, we'll be back. Food was great. Entertainment was great. DJ was great. It was so again, it felt like we were building a whole scene.
That's killer.
And people enjoyed each element of the night.
I freaking love that, man. And
Yeah.
that was, because you and I to put a lot of discussion into that exact
Back
issue.
and forth, trying to
Not sure
dissect it.
what the right thing was, you
Yeah.
know? Like, are we hurting ourselves? Are we feeding it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's cool to see the feeding is working, man, because
Oh, yeah.
that's the cooler option anyway, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's the best option. you know?
Exactly. And to see, I even joked around with some of the kitchen staff, which, I mean, shout out to Scott Reddy and all the people in the
Love
kitchen,
you guys.
Howie and the guys.
Oh.
So Howie goes and, everything's cleaned up, kitchen's closed, bar's still open, people are, and I go, you're going to leave in the middle of this set? Dude, the DJ was killing it, like just top level energy. People were dancing. It's on, and he goes, see you later. And he left. And I go, well, I'll take that as a yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude,
He's
yeah.
a hardworking man.
Yeah. But also, shout out to our DJ,
Mm-hmm.
DJ Delta T. DJ
MC Delta
MC
T.
Delta T, right. Dude, he did an unbelievable job opening the show for Jokes and Jazz.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
because Ed Nelson,
Yeah,
my spiritual brother,
Love Ed. Hi, Ed.
he walked in and he goes, man, this band sounds great. He goes, phenomenal, really good. I go, that's DJ Bob. That's MC Delta T. He goes, what? Like, yeah. Dude, he really talked about a guy adapting and bringing it up a notch and really killing it. Dude, did great, man.
I forgot to turn off my
Yeah.
my little dinger. Sorry, my dingy.
To all you people that have come into a show, please silence your phones.
Yes. Oh man, yeah. Listen, super impressed by Bob. I mean, one of the things watching Bob grow as a DJ that is so cool to see is, early on Bob was reluctant to do anything other than what he wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And I love you, Bob, but it was true.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work for every room every night.
No.
You know what I mean? But what's cool is we've seen him now do a really killer 80s thing out in Gatsby's a couple months back. We've seen him adapt and make his playlist better for the certain rooms.
Yeah.
Culminating in perfection for that
Like
jazz
anyone
night.
else.
Perfection for that jazz night, man.
Yep. Unbelievable. And now I want to talk about another thing. Is not only are we filling the hallway from Gatsby's to the Melody Room with all of our talent. On the left-hand side is anybody that performed in 2019 and 2020 while we were open inside. And then outside during the pandemic. But now we're filling the other side, everybody after that. We have hanging up right outside of Melody, top shelf, is the first graduating class of the comedy class.
Oh, that's so cool, yeah.
Yes, we started that. But the High Street swing band, they sold 260 tickets.
Wow.
Last the first Sunday in February.
Beautiful.
So they brought their own posters, but they had it designed like it looked like the old school ones that are hanging up in the hallways,
Get out.
like Glenn Miller, like Jimmy Dorsey.
Oh, I didn't see this.
Like Benny Goodman. And they signed it for me. They just said, hey, this is you. Thanks so much for having it. That was part of their merch. They signed it for all their fans,
Beautiful.
their friends and family.
Love that.
But my mom goes, we're going to frame this. And I said, that's a great idea. I was thinking about that, but I'm glad you said it. Because
Yeah.
my mom frames all the comics. So I put it hanging across from Benny Goodman.
Awesome.
Yeah. But now it made me think, now I'm going to do that for any of our big name musicians, and we're going to fill that hallway again
I love that.
with a new era.
Love that.
Yes, because then people would be like, I played Sunnybrook. Now our name is hanging among some
legends.
Some of the legends.
Yes.
No, not all of them.
Right.
Because we had more. Dude, apparently, all those hallways used to be filled with posters.
I believe it, man, because there's I'm sure they had everybody. I mean, they if they had Duke Ellington, they could get anybody they wanted.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had Louis Prima, who is one of my all-time favorites.
Right.
Do you know who Louis Prima is? Because
No.
you'd know him. He was the king orangutan.
If I didn't flinch, you were right.
Yeah. If he was the king orangutan in Jungle Book.
Oh.
I'm the king of the swinging zoo. That's Louis Prima.
Oh, wow.
He also did the original I'm Just a Gigolo.
Yeah. So let me take a step back then, because I wanted to talk about this. So part of Wally Collins, the curator of Jokes and Jazz,
Yep.
part of his psyche of the way he does it, warm up the crowd, bring out the comics, warm up the crowd by using the jazz band.
Yeah.
The solos, the clapping, warm up. Then he comes out again, and then two comics.
Yep.
Bring out the jazz band for their final set.
Yes.
We had talked about this, and he gave Drew the direction of what he wanted, and he said he wants a little bit, like I said, energy, give energy right back, with songs. So let the people know it's going to be a little engaging, and so Drew goes, I got the song for you. And I want to know if you thought it was good and what your response was when he started going with Cab Calloway.
Howdy. Ho.
Howdy. What did you think of that? And was that the right move?
It was exactly great. It was perfect.
Okay.
It was perfect because they had already. That was.
Howdy, hey, howdy, ho.
Was that towards the end of the first set or?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The comics had not yet come on.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Wally had set a low, but
Yeah.
he didn't really go into his set.
Right.
He went
did
into his set right after that.
brief prelim, kind of like you do.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And then so no, it was perfect because it was already established that the crowd was a jazz crowd because of the way they were clapping.
Right.
You could tell right away they were jazz aficionados.
Yeah.
And then you add something like that on top of it, and you pull in the people that aren't on top of the ones that are already on board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was well done.
Yeah.
It was really well done.
That was really cool, right?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the all-time king jazz tunes anyway, even with crowd participation or no. Crowd participation, awesome bonus. Killer song will get any jazz crowd riled up anyway.
Yeah. No, it was really cool, man. Did we talk about the Golden Girls murder mystery?
Not on here. No.
Okay.
We definitely should.
Okay. So we've now done two murder mysteries. Okay. We did the first one was Gangster Speakeasy.
Yep.
Everybody come dressed in their flappers and Roaring 20s.
I remember
The
that one.
second one we did was Golden Girls. But the reason why we got there is a girl that comes to all like the paint and sips with Brandon that are coming back and a couple other events here and there. She came up to me. She goes, is it possible that the guy for the first one during the Roaring 20s, Speakeasy, Gangster,
Okay.
that I recognize him from a Golden Girls murder mystery? Him. And I go, I
mean, it's a big, wild world out there.
It's huge wild world. 2024. Who knows what to think and when?
It's for real.
But if I get back to you, I'll find out about they them.
Well said.
So I go to the producer and she goes, actually yes. That's one of our most famous murder mysteries. And I thought, I go, wow, how? He played B. Arthur. Deeper voice.
Perfect.
It was perfect, dude.
Perfect.
And he, on purpose and not on purpose, breaks character than any of them. More than any of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like running into a chair and goes, it's not easy when a woman runs into a chair, and you're like, but yeah, like that kind of thing. Like
It's like Adam Sandler on Saturday Night Live.
yes,
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's great.
But it's fun.
It's very people that do that well. It's a very charming thing.
Yeah, and so the third one we're doing, because we're doing once a quarter, is Friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, wait. Now, which one's the guy gonna be? I mean, the guys are as gay as the.
Yeah, I guess he'll be Ross. Joey.
Yeah, Joey is a little man.
Well, my graphic designer had Chandler like this.
What?
Yeah, and he goes, I just noticed it. I could change it. And I asked Julia, our new event planner, and Ronan, and he goes, yeah, we should change it. Dude.
Damn right.
Yeah, it's although unintentional, And pure coincidence, we can't appear to have him taking a nap.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, did you airbrush out the coke ring around his nose, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Well, Lou commented on Instagram. It goes, it was Mr. Ketamine in the bathtub with a needle. I'm like,
Lou is the shit.
yeah. I go, I don't know if the murder mysteries are quite that dark with their humor.
Oh my God, Lou, you're awesome.
Oh boy.
Holy shit.
But dude, it was a lot of fun, man. And
Those things are killing, man, and
Killing.
it's just everybody has a good time, and the
and
crowds are
again,
hot.
I talk to the people because a lot of the people I've known for years that come into the shows, and they're like, "This is great," and I go, "Yeah," I go, "It's not top level comedy in the sense of you're on stage and but it's wildly entertaining,
Right,
and
right.
it still makes me laugh
Yeah.
because I'm laughing, and again, like the line dancers that come and they bring their spouses that they come dancing by themselves, whatever. They look at me and they start laughing because I'm laughing at the other parts. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
I laugh because, yeah, the one girl, you could tell she came out of character because she meant to pull something out of her purse and she pulled out a condom.
That's awesome.
Not part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. but you close your eyes. She acted like Sophia. And she acted like Betty White.
Oh, I love it.
And it was so like their cadence and everything, like they are good actors and actresses.
It's really cool, man.
Yeah.
That is. That's super cool. And by the way, I love the Golden Girls.
Oh.
Highly underrated sitcom.
Yeah. Oh, dude, funny.
Yeah,
and that's what they did. They were doing an equal amount of back and forth. And it's tough, man, because a lot of it's scripted.
Yeah.
And then they're filling in the improv.
Little moments.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a fascinating production.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a really neat thing that I have yet to be in the room for an entire one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've been caught bits and pieces, and people were going crazy. Remember I walked in the gangster one right when the gunshot happened.
Oh,
Because you would text me, "Hey, come on out, check this out." If you have, because
Yeah.
I think we had finally had a minute to chill or something,
Yeah.
And you were like, "Hey, check this out, I'm over here." I walk in, I open up the door, and it goes bang. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go back to the bar."
Planned or unplanned. I'll see you later.
That was great timing.
Yeah, but it's just from start to finish, like, it's something I envisioned years ago, but it's slowly coming to fruition.
It's so
where
cool
it's
to
like it's the experience.
Yeah.
People are coming in, they're getting their seats, they're having it's all decorated, they're dressed up. It's a night out. They're getting an incredible meal from Scott and his staff.
Big time.
And they get to they're like, man, that food is good. I'm like, yeah, I put on a good show, but he can throw together a meal like no one's business.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm like, he's funny, but I could never cook.
Right. Oh, that's great.
And we all stay in our own lanes, man. And
Yeah, man.
it's great. And
Yeah.
it's all coming together, and it's really cool to see, man.
No doubt about it. It's a beautiful thing, man. And to see it come from where it was, a year ago at this time, think about where it was.
We just started, I actually just talked to my dad about this. He was here for the first bingo. We had a few people, but now it's like we got bingo on the same night as Tommy Davidson.
Yeah.
And then we got a DJ at the same time. We're doing the
Huge crowds
music
coming out for bingo every time.
every time, and it's just people coming in and coming out, and a lot of the dancers that share the same sentiment that your guy said, where he's happy to see us back, and I said, oh, thanks so much, and he goes, I go, I just keep working hard. He goes, no, it's working. He goes, everyone's talking about this place. I'm like, well, I don't know who these people are, but it's keep it coming, man.
Keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
Yep. And come on over, man.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, man. Oh, and we're gonna maybe another thing we can throw out there too to give people a little heads up is that we're gonna start having a little series of shows out in the Social House this summer, some music shows.
Yeah, and as I started thinking about that is the last owner, Chuck, and his staff, they called it Music Under the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it, if you've ever been to the Social House, which we had our paint and sip out there, which is starting again as well.
Can't wait to get Brandon back.
Yeah, and he's coming back in April. But it's they have the twinkle lights.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
you turn it on, and it looks like stars.
Yeah.
So we're opening up. It's the Hot Sauce Junkies. They're going to start the first day. It's May Day. So they used to do it at another place, but they haven't done it since. But that's going to be the first kickoff day because it's any day. They used to call it May Day. Mm-hmm. And it would be whatever day May 1st landed on.
Okay.
So it's going to be Wednesday night, May 1st.
Okay.
And it's just going to, we're going to have it out in the social house, but then not every, but the Saturdays after that, we're going to try to have a band out there.
I love it.
Yeah. 7 to 10.
Yeah.
Right? Because we just booked Shaken.
Yeah, Shaken will be, what is that, Saturday the 25th?
Yeah, not the 26th.
Yeah.
That's a Sunday. No one will be here.
Sunday.
Yeah.
No show on Sunday.
Yeah. And then we're talking about securing the guys from
Dread the Dead.
Dread the Dead.
Yes.
Get that back
he's getting
here.
back to me with some avails, but yeah, it's cool. I can't wait to try this out, man, and just because it's such a cool room out there. It's perfect for that time of year. So
yeah, and again, if people want to, they can then walk across the parking lot to get something to eat.
Yes.
But we have a bar out there.
There's a bar out there for drinks.
Walk back to get the bathroom.
Yeah.
And everything, but it's all.
Yeah, man, it's all right there.
It's all right there.
All right there, man.
Yeah,
and the parking's right there. So
Yeah.
it's perfect. Yeah, no, I can't wait, man. It's gonna be super cool. You know, we've done some comedy shows out there. We've done some music. We had we had the cornhole tournament out there. We've done some things out there, and I can't wait to use it even more for music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. And honestly, probably some comedy shows,
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, we could still keep using the dome, but in the meantime, I think that's a little closer to the bathrooms. You don't have to worry about the porta pots.
Right. Yeah. And the shows that we did in there were bangers, man. We had
Bangers. Brett Terhune.
Yes, Terhune. We had the two girls that killed it.
Jessie May and Carly
Aquino.
Aquino, yeah.
I feel like there was one more out there that I'm blanking on, but it doesn't matter. But we did great shows out there.
Oh, Sydney and Ryan Shaner.
Boom! Like, how could I forget those guys, man? This is the first time we used the casting couch for a pod.
Yeah, exactly. And they killed it.
That was still one of my favorites that we've ever done. Those guys are awesome. Love you guys.
Dude, minute 12. Ryan and Sydney went, so what's this pod all about? They're like, who cares at this point?
They came on and just started slaying. And then finally took a breath 12 minutes in.
Yeah. Dude, it was great.
It was awesome.
The best.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
So good. Oh, I love that, man. They're good. They're quality people.
What else, man? I mean, it's been a long time.
Oh, dude, the return of the fat.
What? Oh, buddy. See, I can't notice it.
No, it's like I haven't put that much back on, but I will say this. I definitely fell off the wagon after Puerto Rico.
Okay. A little less motivation.
Yeah, dude, I totally, man.
Sometimes you know when I know I'm getting chubby? Man. When I just feel like putting on a shirt like this and not my button down because I want to hide it more.
Yes.
I'm like, and I go, I just got to start working out more.
Right.
And Deanna goes, or just start eating less. Just consume less. And it's okay to have one dinner. And I go, what are you talking about? She goes, oh, whenever you have dinner and then someone else comes, Lauren or whoever, or Alan, and you have dinner again, I go, that's my second and third time eating for the day. I don't have breakfast until later in the day.
Right.
They're like, whatever makes you feel better about it.
Totally, man. Deanna's awesome.
Do you ever think to yourself, I wonder what Deanna's thinking? Said no one ever.
Well, and by the way, if you are, turn on the podcast next week or 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 Tuesdays from now because Deanna's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
And watch out, folks, because she's going to have more to say to Joel and me this time, too.
With a vengeance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't stay out of the line of fire in this one.
Yeah. My dad was trying to pass notes and play charades.
We had Deanna on with the wild card in the room. It doesn't get any
while
better.
she was on her second cider.
Yeah. She was firing right from...
By the way, talent coming back in the room behind the bar, and I go, I've seen this one. Yeah. Tells Jess, the general manager, and Annette, the bartender, to go home. She's behind, just holding court. But when Ray and Talent were here, it was the king of Philadelphia, the king of New York. So now you have Talent hanging around. Talent stories, which he gets paid for a living to tell stories.
And by the way, he's been doing for 33 years.
Yeah, which some people call that a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he wants us to sit there and tell stories for free?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the one situation I've learned. Shut up.
Yeah.
I tried, if I can set them up.
Yep.
Try to lobby them up, change the subjects, diffuse, whatever.
Yep.
But she comes like, oh, you're still telling stories.
Well, it was the best thing
It's
ever.
like hilarious.
It was so funny. That
Yeah.
whole night was so funny because Deanna was on a roll, man.
Yes.
And listen, Deanna can talk some shit. You
Oh,
know
yeah.
what I mean?
And she backs it up.
Big time. But you're always going to run out of bullets
Steam.
when you're going against town.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And eventually her clip ran dry, but it took a long time.
Did take a
it
long
took
time.
a long time. She
Yeah.
fired a lot of shots, and
Right.
it was really fun watching, man.
Right.
And when talent goes, oh, I got a sister just like you.
Yeah.
And then he told a bunch of stories about the sister.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
What did he say?
It was so
What the
good.
fuck?
Yeah.
Shut up. You're like, as comics, you don't have anything else.
Yeah, man.
All you need is one mic. And it's like, no, all we have is one mic.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's it. What else you going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, dude.
Dude, he was having a blast, man. And that was circa day 2019 and before. That was the point where I'm like, the pandemic, we're hanging outside. We had no inside.
Yeah.
So no one's hanging out.
Yep.
So I'll see you later. They get in the car. They're out.
Yep.
That was the hang.
Yeah, dude.
That was the second show.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love
and it
that.
felt good. There was some other people hanging around.
Dude, I didn't leave until like 12:30.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, and usually,
You probably went right to bed when you got home, huh?
Nah, I was up until like 5 in the morning. I need a third dinner.
I went home at halftime.
Oh, man.
I see what you did there, Joel, but you're wrong.
Makes sense. Probably would have been a good idea. Didn't do it.
Yeah. Didn't happen. Thanks for saying so. Nope.
Oh, dude. But it was...
No. No
Dude,
traffic.
That hang you're talking about, man, it's so cool. Like that is just a real special thing. It's happened a couple times on something approaching that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the last year or so.
Yeah.
Like
Well, because he started doing this where being in the comedy business.
Yeah.
I get that most of the time they're joking, okay? But I also know there's joking from the truth.
For sure.
So I worry about the flip, okay? I constantly am worried about the flip.
Okay.
So he starts going, yo, where's I don't see my picture. I know you don't like Aldo, but and I go, dog, you're out he goes, I know.
That is so,
I go, you're not, you're in the hallway. He goes, I was just,
dude.
he kind of looked at you. He looked at me and winked.
That's so funny, man. He is such a cool cat.
Dude, great energy. And that's what I like. I'm constantly.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
Yeah.
Experience out the ass.
But
Like,
he's one of the guys I don't have to worry about in the club. Like, and I'm talking about any comic. Like, the whole staff, whether they talk to him or not, they could feel good energy.
Totally, man.
You know what I mean? And everybody was talking about him the next day.
Totally.
It's like, that's a guy you want around.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not all like that, folks.
Yeah. Well, and he was talking about, that he wants to, he's already working on the next time he's going to come here.
Yes. I heard you guys were talking about
Yeah,
it.
because he goes, I've been doing this for years, promoting shows, bringing stuff. He goes, but you're one of us. He goes, you're one of us, and if I'm going to put money in someone's pocket, why am I not helping you?
Right. Right.
I'm like, amen, bro.
Yeah,
Amen.
right. That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
And it's funny that
It's nice to see it coming back because
Exactly.
people can talk about it,
Yeah.
but not everybody's doing it.
Right.
But he did it.
He did it.
Yeah, and obviously it was out of his control. That show was supposed to be Thursday, but it got
That's
moved
right,
to
I forgot about that,
Wednesday
yeah.
because Tommy Davidson he's on tour with Cat Williams,
Yeah.
and Cat Williams went nuts and added a lot of dates to his tour, and so Tommy had to get called.
Understandable.
Understandably so.
Tommy wants to go play in front of 15,000 people. I get it.
Yeah.
I can't say I blame him. By the way,
See you on the flip.
dude, can we talk about what a pro Tommy Davidson is, by the way?
Well, so before we start that,
Go.
Yeah, the phone rang. Deanna answered it during the day, and a lady called up, and you never know who's on the phone, but she goes, I've been getting these spam emails about a spam and a scam, scammity spam.
I would have told her to scram.
Yeah. That Tommy Davidson's coming to Pottstown. And Deanna goes, he is tonight. I'll see you there. Thought there was no way that Tommy Davidson's coming here. And when he got here, I'm like, good to see you again. He goes, we did meet, right? So I had him at the short few months we were at Westover.
Get the heck out of here.
I had been working on him.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I had been working on him for months, and it finally got confirmed. We left Royersford. We were at Westover. He still came, and he was like, "This is your new spot, man. This is great." I want to be like, "Nah, man," and because he said, "He goes, this place is better than the last place, and the last place was great." He goes, "Man, this is awesome," and such a pro. But I worry about comics, and so. We talk about energy and the how the show starts out, and Houston said some stuff off the stage about what Deanna said, but the show builds, right? And when Talent was here, Friday night he went first. I'm sorry, Two Ray went first, and then
the
Talent.
Two Ray and Friends show.
Two Ray and
Talent and Friends.
Yeah. Then the second night, Talent went, and then Two Ray headlined.
That's right.
And honestly, both them, I was worried about. Whoever went second,
right?
Both nights.
Yeah.
I was worried about Talent the first night because I'd never seen him.
Anybody following greatness.
Yeah. But they both did what they did, and the show was great.
And you already knew Two Ray was great.
Love Two Ray.
You knew Talent's reputation, so yeah, you could make a reasonable assumption,
dude. And when and Two Ray's so at home with him with how he performs.
Well, he's unique, man.
Unique, and he sits on the thing, starts talking, and sits on the stool, and it just brings you into his world.
Yep.
Then Talent brings all this energy. He doesn't sit on the stool like Two Ray does. He's standing talking to you, and you start laughing at his eyeballs before he even speaks.
Oh.
But I go, dude, this show's killer. That guy Sean Harvey, who hosts his own morning show for the Pocono. I didn't know.
No.
Never seen him. High energy, great.
Really funny. Aldo's a killer.
Yeah, and then I go, oh man, I know Tommy's good because I've seen him. But this show's already great.
He was following a big lineup.
And he talked about dogs for 30 minutes.
Yes. And the way people walk, and a big chunk of his act was posture-based.
Dude, and you close your eyes, you would have thought Obama was in the room. The way he personifies, mimics, and imitates.
Yes.
Dude, it was so great. And the way he did that little skip.
Yes.
And I've seen Obama do that.
Dude, 100%. He did another one about, well, I don't want to give away his bits, but he did another thing that talked about human behavior during riots, let's say.
Yeah.
And the difference between how white people and black people react. And oh my God, and it was all in the posture.
Yeah.
It was all in the presentation of the walk. And you could tell he's an incredibly intense studier of human behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he knows how to make
reading people's energy.
Exactly.
All that stuff.
Yep. And then he knows how to make it funny.
Yeah.
And what a pro, man. It was cool to see because a lot of times some of the, I worry as an audience member sometimes, is a legend coming for, in your word, a cash grab?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or are they a real comedian?
Well,
that's a real comedian.
And here's the funny thing. Going back real quick to the Saturday night of Jokes and Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd given out some free tickets.
Yeah.
A bunch of people came. Regulars, husband and wife that had been coming since Royersford. They brought a brick to support here, right? They brought a couple of theirs. They live in Spring City. The couple of their friend lives in Pottstown. Mm-hmm. So the two couples, I'm watching them. I'm putting Chris Reed from Kid and Play on sale. I watch them buy tickets. I see the sale come through. 4 tickets, Tommy Davidson VIP on Wednesday night. So I'm like, they got free tickets, but now they're coming back to support. 5 days later, right? They come there, and I'm like, they want to meet Tommy. So they came out to him. I'm like, you know what? They just came twice in a week.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring them over, right?
Yeah.
So I bring them in, and they go, whew, well, there you are. And Tommy goes, well, Joel said you're good friends. You think you were going to a room and I wasn't going to be in it? And he goes, bring it in, and took pictures with all of them, thanked them for coming. couldn't have been nicer, dude.
What a class act.
Like,
man.
what a class act. But
Yeah.
but he was like, well, what did you think?
So funny.
Joel was just bringing into a room.
Yeah, I was just yeah. It's like it was actually going to be like the
Yeah.
Joe Pesci
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
maid scene in
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
Be like walking in this room, be like, well, you weren't expecting Alan Hill? Be like, well, I was expecting an Eagles jersey.
Yeah.
But here you are, Mr. Maroon.
By the way, we didn't even comment.
Yeah. Well, but now that we brought it up.
Cat's out of the bag,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Jason Kelsey, Brian Dawkins, Maroon.
This is my first, actually, no, second non-Eagles jersey appearance because I did the Puerto Rico one in my my Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
So yep. I'm wearing the burgundy today.
Yeah.
I have blown some people's minds, and I can.
And by some, you mean everyone.
yeah, everybody.
Because not a single person that I've seen hasn't made a comment or at least a
Yep. I've gotten eyebrows. I've gotten comments.
Yeah.
It's always a trip, dude.
dude.
One of these
I mean,
days, I'm going to shave and really blow people away.
Yeah, well, hell will not freeze over.
Were you going to ask?
Joel, your thoughts? Do you feel different?
Oh, I do because well, first of all, I'm way warmer than I normally am
Yeah.
because I'm wearing a sweater. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I'm so used to being in short sleeves and then throwing on a hoodie if I get cold.
Dude, because they always talk about the psychology of because a lot of times people have this like, oh no, no jerseys, no this, no that, no like the tank tops.
Yeah.
Because they want a certain clientele,
Yes.
or they don't want. And dude, for so long we talk about the many faces of Joel. And I was inside, dude. I had all these blazers, and I was wearing because I was like, I'm the club owner now. To wear Dennis Rooney and Chris Roach didn't even think I was on the show. Like, is it a 2-man show? I'm like, no. What do you mean? They're like, well, you look so nice. Like, I can't be nice and funny.
Right, totally.
Can't do both.
Totally.
So there was that. But then outside, I'm just trying to survive. So if it's not the wintertime, I got shorts on. Then all of a sudden, I'm bundled up like an Eskimo with one of those long swim jackets. Like, it's all the way down here. And the freaking mask because it's the pandemic. And a freaking hoodie.
Oh, don't forget Sunday Pink Day.
Sunday Pink Day. So
There's a guy that owns a Harley that remembers Sunday Pink Day.
some more than others, but there is something to be said about the way you dress is the way you feel.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was just curious how it.
It definitely makes me because I am so used to just grabbing the old
jersey. grab and go.
Yep, the old like okay, which jersey today?
Yeah.
Pink. You know what I mean? And
I wonder what your washer and dryer feel.
oh, dude, yeah, it's nothing but t-shirts, jerseys,
Yeah,
socks and underwear.
can't mix up the boys,
Oh man,
but your glasses are still there.
but hey. Glasses are still attached, so
Yeah.
that part works.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not sweating uncontrollably.
Yeah.
I'm in a hotter sweater, so, I'm not complaining too much.
Yeah.
It's the appropriate weather for it. So,
Yeah.
hey. Well, I like to keep people on their toes. I do this at least once a year.
Yeah. Well, and keeping you on your toes, you had band practice last night.
Yes, as a matter of fact. Yes.
I remember.
Yeah, my man.
In addition to all the other things.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Any updates?
Well,
Are we getting closer?
We're getting closer, buddy.
Okay, that's all we can say.
We are inching towards the return of Snap Squatch.
Okay.
We had our
Same name.
Yep, same name, same crew. All my boys: Steve, Keith, Matt, Gav, and we are going to be back and badder than ever, dude. And we are bringing back. We did a show. God, it's got to be 7-8 years ago now. We did a show where we had to cover an entire album and then perform that album at a club. And we drew albums with a bunch of different bands in the area. All the albums were classic rock type stuff.
Okay.
Comes to us, we drew Madonna's Like a Virgin.
Yo, I love how you look at the camera with that. So the 5 guys said what?
Dude, I said, oh shit. But then, literally.
Oh, snap squatch.
Yeah, right. Oh, Snap Squatch. Yes. And then 15 minutes went by. I'm sitting there stewing that I didn't get the Grateful Dead or the Rolling Stones or something.
Or any other song.
Or any other one.
Yeah.
But then I realized, oh shit, this is actually a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to expect a bunch of dudes in their 40s, and that point our mid 40s, that look like we do,
Yeah.
to play Madonna like Madonna.
Yeah.
So we turned, and this is what we're bringing back. We turned Like a Virgin
Yeah.
into a bluegrass song.
Yeah.
Boom diddy boom diddy boom diddy boom diddy home diddy home diddy hang boom 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 home diddy like a virgin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Because Steve doesn't look like he's been touched for the very first time. You could tell him I said what I said.
I can't wait to tell him that. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So what happened? So
we're bringing back Like a Virgin. We're bringing back. We used to do Dress You Up, which people remember Dress You Up in My Love, right? And we turned that into like a jazz fusion opus, hard rock opus sort of thing.
Yeah.
We're bringing both of those back, and whenever we are here, we're playing them, and people get a kick out of that when we do our Madonna stuff, and then we'll there'll be lots of jam band stuff too for all you jam band freaks out there.
Yeah.
I'm calling.
Perfect. Yeah. Dude, so another episode of Bring 'Em Out.
My man.
Yeah.